This video is not about the software manufacturers or the software that they're trying to get you to install, but it's about the techniques they use to make sure you fully understand the little tricks that they use to try and get you to automatically sign up for a new installation of software. You have to remember that a lot of software manufacturers, they get paid for installing other people's software on your system. For every install, they get a few pennies here and there. So it adds up in the long run. So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to take a look at the most popular ones that are out there, and then we're going to take a look at the techniques and guide you through the installation process so you don't end up with software that you don't really want. The first one we're going to look at is Adobe, and Adobe does it a couple of different times. Here's Reader, Adobe Reader. It says, hey, install Google Chrome as my default browser in Google Toolbar for Internet Explorer. So it detected I had both installed. It first tries to switch me to Chrome as my default browser, and it also tries to install the toolbar for IE. Adobe Flash Player is the same thing. So unless you uncheck those boxes, you're going to get those installed. So you uncheck it, and then you go to hit your update now and go ahead and do your installation. The next is Java. Minecraft people get this a lot. If you go here and click on this, you say, hey, look, a little warning here. But then once it's agree and start your download, when you run the program, you'll see that it prompts you to install a virus protection program, one of the ones that are out there in the market. Could be anyone next week. Who knows, whoever pays it. So you unclick that box as well and say OK, and you're off and running installing your Java that you need. Now I was looking for a patch for one of the old games, and I've happened to find it here on download.com. I seen it used to be download.com and seen it bought it. So I go here and I say, oh, Indiana Jones and the Emperor 2 101 patch. That's the patch I need. Now these are getting a little more insidious. All these links don't mean a thing. You can ignore what's ever on the page and go down here to the bottom and go ahead and make sure that the patch is the exe. But now, when you run it from them, they no longer give you a direct download. They give you a program that installs the download. So forget all that. You can sit there and say restart from here, but you'll still get this program. So what you do is, when that comes up, it'll pop up. Now watch, look at this very, very carefully. This first screen is fine. They're just telling you, I want to go ahead and do it. You're not agreeing to anything else. You're just downloading the installer, not the program itself. But now look at the second and following screens. Search Protect. You want to say decline. Free TV to desktop, decline. One-click driver updates, decline. My PC backup, decline. Now we're finally, only now are we finally going ahead and installing, getting the download to install the software, but we're not getting all the rest of that stuff. Now it'll download, it'll go ahead and install. You see it say install now, and we're done with it. It installs the patch, or at least downloads the patch so that you can install it later on. But now we're going to look at one that's even worse. I'm going to go look for a program called OpenOffice. OpenOffice is a substitute for Microsoft Office. It's a free download. There it is. There's the Apache OpenOffice is the correct one, but we're not going to go there. We're going to click on here, and we're going to go look at this OpenOfficeUS.com. They provide the same free download that the other side does, but they do it by offering you all this other software first. So let's take a look at them. So if I go over here and I click on this one, I go to their site, and it looks like a very professional site, but you're going to find out very quickly that it doesn't do that. If you click on all this stuff here, it's 5-star award and all this stuff, download all these different things it can do. It tells you, it tries to really tell you what's going on. Now, if we hit the download now for the one for Windows here, because it knows what kind of operating system you have, if you click there, and you go, okay, I want to install this. So it says there, setup.exe. So it's not downloading the file for extraction, it's downloading an executable, just like the last place that runs an install. And then after it's downloaded and does its all checks, it's going to prompt you for a few things. And a few things might be a little bit of an understatement. So it's run security scan right down here. Windows is, because I use Windows Security Essentials. It's built into Windows 8, let me put it that way. So we're just preparing the installation. So now it's, the OpenOffice suite is being installed. It's not the download from them, but look at what the first thing we get is that we get the installation type, Express or that. Now look at this over here, Download Admin. Download Admin manages your installation. So they want you to install another program that manages downloads. So the first thing you want to do is not do the Express because it talks about other extensions and does all these other things. So we want to click on the Advanced User. Don't be afraid. It's not really that advanced. It just means that you're going to have control of each and every step. So we're going to go ahead and click on that, unclick that, excuse me, because we don't want to install the Office toolbar and all that stuff. And here's another one, Express installation for tidy desktop stuff. So we're going to go ahead and click on advanced installation here as well. We're going to unclick all this stuff here, tidy this and desktop weather and all this stuff. We're going to get rid of all those things because we don't want that installed. So remember, again, click the advanced and then uncheck the things that you don't want. We're going to go to the next step. So there's also a decline offer down there too. You can use that button as well. So now if you say accept, but you're doing the accept of the non-installation, and now we're getting to the and then this is Laturia. So the only thing you can do here is decline offer. So you want to click there. Let's see. And then finally now we get to see the installation starting. And we declined all those different things. So now we're in step 3 of 3. And it comes up and says installing software, downloading. So we're going to wait for this to finish. So I've skipped here to the end. Now it says downloading and then it says installing, installed. So now what happens? Well, pops up their site, by the way, Open Office there, and it has these other offers and all that. You can just close this window. But what you've done now is install just Open Office and not some of the other programs. Now in one of my other videos I show how Windows 8.1 can run just about any game, how it's actually a great platform. But one of the places I go to for older games like I still have on CD to get patches is Game Copy World. Now it's also a place where people can pirate stuff sometimes, but that's not what I use it for. I use it simply to allow me to run a game without a CD. When I go there, it just inundates you with types of installs and everything. So let's go here, and we're going to go to here and say, okay, important notice, blah, blah, blah. Click here to start downloading. Well, you don't want any of that stuff. You don't want anything here. All you want to do is say, click on the Enter Game Copy World icon or button down here to go ahead and go into the site. Now, when you go in here, this is one of those sites where you get everything is distracting. You got to be very careful about downloading, and you want to go right down here in the middle where it says, "Oh, go here and go to your game index." Well, I'm going to cut to the chase because after I find the game, there's going to be a link where I can go ahead and click and download it. So I'm going to go find the Indiana Jones out there, the same link I got from another site. And when I click on it, I'm going to go do the install. Well, guess what I get? I get, oh, your download will be ready in 2 minutes. Download now. Well, look at this. It says download. This is ODM. This is not your download. So I just say skip ad up here in the top. You notice that you'll see a lot of these where it says skip ad and thing. And then you have to sit there and say, okay, now I want to download it from this site. And of all these other things, you do want to be careful that you're getting what you asked for. In this case, we do want this because it's the Temple of Doom or Emperor's Tomb download. And then we say okay, and we're getting that file to extract. So there's just another way people do another thing about with that ad in the corner about skip ad. Look in the upper corners or lower corners. Look at all those to see if it's an ad or not. They legally have to put some sort of disclaimer up there and look for that when you're trying to do an install. Now we're going to go off now back and we're going to check the control panel to see if we missed something, if something got installed. So we're going to launch the control panel and we'll go into the install programs section, and you'll see here that programs and features. We're going to go here and look at sort by install date. If you sort that by install date, you'll see the latest stuff installed because it's in reverse chronological order, and see if there's something there you don't recognize or something you don't believe there, some kind of toolbar or special software or something that's really not what you think it is. And you may now be careful. You don't want to install something that you need, but you should, all these crazy names stuff you see up there and everything, you should go ahead and take a look at uninstalling that. So let's take a look now at the browser you use, whether it's Internet Explorer, Chrome, Firefox, Safari, whatever. There's always a setting. So we went into the manage add-ons in IE settings, and we come up here and we can take a look at toolbars and extensions, and these are add-ons. Now, like for example, you don't need Adobe or Shockwave add-on necessarily, because all it is it allows it to run faster with its programs, but it slows down Internet Explorer. Same with Google or anything else. Plugins a lot of times will do that kind of thing, and you don't really want them installed. Some of them you have to have installed in just to run the program from within your browser. So when you click on a PDF. Now here's that was IE. So now we're going to go take a look at Google Chrome. And we're going to go here and let me open this up a little bit first. And we'll go over here to the settings over here and go down to tools. It's down here somewhere. And I can't seem to find it. Oh, there it is, tools and extensions there. I don't have any extensions installed, as you can see. So there's nothing for me to remove. But check this area just like we showed it in the IE. So there's hundreds of different ways people try to do this, install software in your system. What's the most important takeaway is to take a look at not the terms of that you're agreeing to, but what the terms are applying to, whether it's the software you want or other software being installed. So be aware, take the custom route, take a look at every checkbox and decide for yourself what you need and don't need. Hey, for more great tips from Old Guy Geek, don't forget to subscribe. Share it with your friends on Facebook or Twitter. Take a look at our playlist, Windows 8 playlist, Windows Phone 8 playlist, and a general how-to, which is what this one's going to be under. And, of course, our latest feature video. And thanks for watching.